to the next one. Our next topic that we have is we have your girl Lil Tay. Actually, this right here is kind of crazy. I'm trying to get my setup right. Anyway, Lil Tay. So basically, Lil Tay has been making headlines because of some craziness. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about her. I do remember her popping up, maybe on IG or something like that. Like I don't pay close attention to a lot of these celebrities' lives and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't even remember what exactly got her popping. Like, if somebody in the chat want to go ahead and enlighten me on what it is that made her pop out like that. But I do remember her holding a bunch of money and stuff like that, talking about where she. This was like, what? 5 years ago. Anyways, basically, she's been making headlines because she basically decided to quit school, said forget everything, I'm about to become my OnlyFans. And, who am I to judge it? But hey, those come with a lot of consequences. You might regret later. So, it's crazy that you mentioned that support. You said about you thought she passed away. I was going to touch it. I do remember seeing it. Anyways, I just read some comments. I'm not about to address it right now. Anyway, so support. I also heard that she passed away. I remember seeing that. It was all over Instagram and stuff like that. But it turned out it wasn't true. It just was, seems as if it could have been a major publicity study. Because, she was starting to fade away. Wasn't nobody really paying attention to it. And then what's the better way to get yourself back relevant than to say, oh, this individual passed away. And then it's in the and stuff like that. Just to find out, this is fake news. She's still alive. Then she pops out with this. So, like I said, recently, she started an OnlyFans and she dropped the link on her 18th birthday. And apparently, they said she allegedly made over $1 million in just 1 night. And that is ridiculous. So this is the interview, the little small snippet of Lil Tay, what she had to say.
Still working a 9 to 5, you are a failure. Like, by then you should have already made your bag. And ladies, every single one of you should drop the link like me. Like, just literally just make your bag. Who gives a what anybody thinks? Screw your family. My family kicked me out. I got disowned. They don't talk to me anymore. They don't f me. But who gives a shit? I can literally buy their whole life if I wanted to. I'm good. Also, fuck education, because Harvard was never going to help me make 8 figures. That's why I dropped out of it, and I dropped the link instead. If you're over the age of 25 and you're still...
Oh, that's what she had to say. It is sad, man. Our youth we have failed our youth, man. I thought, bruh, it was bad for me growing up when we was her age. This new generation, they out the chain. D says she's a clown. But I saw that. So hold up. I know I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Hold up. So basically, she's trying to be an influencer. And of course, whoever the founder of OnlyFans is enjoying it, it's like, yeah, I need to look, I need to listen. That means your father, and then I don't know how true this is. This is alleged too. But apparently, they said the father of this one. This could be false, but I did hear this. That the father of this young lady at first was against her, getting on them. But after he saw how much she made in just an hour, he was okay. And that's terrible. That's just basically you're selling your daughter out. And like parents, we got to do better. Well, I'm not a parent yet. I'm just saying we got to do better, bro. Like you gotta steer the youth into a better. Like sure, right now this might look like a good look for you if you're thinking about all the money you're receiving and stuff like that. But she's way too young right now to think about the backlash that she's gonna receive when she gets older. Like, yeah, you're doing, and I don't know exactly what she's having on her OnlyFans because I'm not subscribed. But more than likely, I'm guessing she's probably doing, sexual content, nudity or something like that. And if that is the case, you're gonna look at this later on, more than likely. Like a lot of women and stuff like that, when they're doing stuff like this for fast money, they think it's the right thing. It's just, matter of fact, it's basically the same as us when we're drug. We thinking, when we're doing crime and stuff like that, we're in the gang and all that. We're thinking, oh, it's cool and stuff like that for the moment. When you go to jail a few times and you build a reputation, somebody who, that's a felon, somebody that's grimy, you get that stigma on your name, folks aren't gonna look at you the same. It's gonna be hard to get that off you. And it's gonna be the same for her. Like right now, she might not thinking about building a family and stuff like that because she's young. She's just looking at, oh, I'm getting so much money, I can buy some. When she starts to see, and let's say maybe she might decide, man, I want to settle down. When dudes look at you and they know that you're doing stuff like that, all they're gonna see you as is a sexual object. Most of the dudes are. Like most of the dudes ain't like DeMarcus. They ain't gonna be trying to figure out what your personality is. Dudes are sharks. Niggas do that care. We're gonna be like, oh look, oh yeah, they gonna be like, this a little beef on OnlyFans. Oh look, we'll try to hit. Everybody gonna be looking at you because they're gonna be trying to hit. They're gonna be trying to do to you what they see other niggas doing to you on OnlyFans. They're not gonna be trying to get to know you. They don't care. And more than likely, I would say it's crazy though. In today's time, 304s are getting wiped up more than they did back in the day. But I still would say it's not ideal. It's still not something that's very common. So basically, this young lady is probably gonna regret this maybe in 10 years. She's okay with it now because she's only 18. If not 10 years, give her 15. I know that's a great amount of years. But she's very young. She's making money and stuff like that. But once she see it for what it really is later on, she might not think. And the father that's allowing this, if this is true, if the father truly is like, accepting this, shame on you. You just as bad as the parents that they gave their daughters to R. Kelly. You're just as bad. Let me read some of these comments. A lot of comments. Do you watch All the Queen's Men with David? So I watched some of All the Queen's Men. I watched some of it with my girl. Yeah. I can't say I've seen a whole lot of it. Too perfect is that. I used to believe that for a very, very long time myself. Now I'm not so sure. Shout out to you. Us married men gotta form a coalition. Yeah, hey, ain't there yet. So. You said, did she start the death march? I don't know. She may have did. Like I said, a lot of these celebrities and stuff like that, when they looking for clout, when they notice that they not popping no more, they'll do anything to stay relevant. So it could have been her. But I really don't know. It's easy to scam people nowadays because they fall for that. Look at a normal job. Yep, that's in her eyes. Support apparently it is. And see, that's another thing that sucks in today's day and age. The regular 9 to 5, especially when you're men. Like women can get away with working a 9 to 5. I mean, because all you got to do is attach yourself to a nice caliber of man that makes a cool amount of money, and you're good. But see, if you're a man that's working a regular 9 to 5, an average guy that's making average money, most of the women are just overlooking it. They don't even see you. They don't care. So that's what this new thing has started. That, you're a nobody because you're not. You're not. And I kind of fall under that umbrella because I ain't with the 9 to 5. I'm never the type that would shit on somebody that does. There's nothing wrong. You're making an honest living for your family, or if you don't have a family yet, you're making it for yourself. There's nothing wrong. We need those people in the world because somebody has to do it. You said her mind is cooked. Absolutely, she's done. Her parents took advantage of her, so this doesn't surprise me. So I'm guessing you know a little bit more about her than I do, Kenny. Father and brother used to make her flex her money at a young age. See, I remember her showing off her money and stuff like that on Instagram. That's how I kind of got to know who she was. Leah mother did stuff. Yeah, that's true. Leah people did her the same way. It's sad. Yeah, they the one gave her to R. Kelly. Pretty much. This kid, little Tay parents, is doing the same thing. Just in a more digital way. They're not directly giving her to a man, but they're throwing her out to the wolves and destroying her future more than likely. Working a normal 9 to 5 is those are the only things. Right. And it's just because of all the money that they're receiving. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking, oh, this is a great thing. Oh, yeah, dude, look at all this money. And they ain't gonna lie, that's an egregious amount of money. $1 billion in an hour, bro. Like, you're making more money than the top right now. But it's gonna come with a cost. Then let's be real. An 18-year-old with that much money, bro, she's not gonna know how to manage this shit. Her parents damn sure ain't gonna help her do it. They coming up with schemes on how to finesse her. That's what's gonna happen. And I guarantee you. See, this is the thing. When you do stuff like this, OnlyFans, yeah, she's making that amount of money now, sure. But that's because you're hot. You just dropped your OnlyFans. But once you get old and everybody get used to you, give it a few months, you're not going to be still making the same amount of money. And if you haven't managed the money that you got, You let these folks that's around you take it from you, they mess you out of it. Now you done did all that, you done killed your image and stuff like that, and you don't have nothing. So she got to be real careful. I hope, with her doing this, I really hope she's smart. She said her family disowned her, but you best believe when they find out the amount of money that she's making, they're going to try to come back. This should be going on. Yeah, I just mentioned it with the R. Kelly situation. Yeah. All it is a more digital way of doing it. Asian beauty is amazing. Now the new generation's probably 30 years. Right. That's the thing, D. Because this is the thing. When I was 18 and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? My uncle was in his 40s. Like 40s, 50s. That's what an aunt and my uncle and an auntie was. And we didn't even use those terminology, but we wasn't thinking that somebody's 30. Now this newer generation, if you're 30, you are. That's crazy. So that's no absolute thing. You only got 10 years before you are aunt. So you better get it out now. Make sure you invest and manage that money right. All right, I got to go ahead and get to the next topic. But so for our next topic,